Despite Pakistan's own internal problems and economic weaknesses, it will continue to sponsor terrorism as a state policy. China poses a more significant and long-term challenge to realization of India's strategic goals. China poses a more significant and long-term challenge to realization of India's strategic goals. In the past, rise and fall of nations was dictated by the size and prowess of their armies and navies. However, conflicts in the last few decades have clearly established without doubt the preeminence of air power as the instrument of choice for almost all operational contingencies. Both the PLAAF and the PAF have significantly enhanced their military capability in terms of equipment and infrastructure. To counter this, the Indian Air Force needs to rapidly modernize, expand its fleet, and improve indigenous manufacturing capability. Knowing that budget will almost remain a constraint, prioritization of procurement at the national level for key combat elements and enablers becomes very critical. We need training and equipment, not to fight the last war, but to fight and win tomorrow's wars. Therefore, we must not lose focus in an attempt to distribute the pie evenly. Pakistan is unlikely to shed its Kashmir-oriented strategy for the foreseeable future. Despite Pakistan's own internal problems and economic weaknesses, it will continue to sponsor terrorism as a state policy. J&K was earlier called IOJK, Indian Occupied J&K, by the Pakistanis, who have now renamed it as IIOJK, Indian Illegally Occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Innocuous as it may seem, they are building a narrative for the whole world to see. The Pakistani armed forces have formulated the new concept of warfighting and what they call the triple R: re-articulate, reorganize, and relocate, with an aim to stymie the Indian strategic gains. Towards this, Pakistan has continued to acquire and equip itself with latest technology, aircraft, as well as upgrade its air defense capabilities. Strategically, they are making the transition from fighting a predominantly defensive war to adopting a more aggressive approach for an offensive defense under the nuclear umbrella. Economy and information are increasingly becoming the primary tools of engagement, with the military instrument being used as a deterrent. Coercion is the new strategy, with cyber, information, and space domains becoming the new battlefield. We must reassess our strategic priorities and realign our actions to ensure that we don't get left behind. In determining our strategic priorities, we must take cognizance of our purpose as a state. Assessment of our purpose has to take into account the people of India and the character of the Indian state. India is home to 1/6 of the world's population, and its people aspire for a prosperous and safe future. This requires the state to create a conducive external and internal environment in which India occupies its rightful place in world affairs. In an increasingly volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous geopolitical environment, there is a strong linkage between security and development, and this is where the armed forces come in. Today, we stand at the threshold of technological explosion that will have a disruptive effect on the way future wars are fought. These technologies will encompass conventional kinetic means merged with non-kinetic, non-lethal means spread across the cyber, info, and space domains. Our security scenario is primarily influenced by an unstable neighborhood with unsettled borders, which could be a flashpoint in future.